What's happening, guys? What are we doing today? I'm gonna sit here and stare at the sun until my eye sockets burn. Just roast right out of my head. No, that's not what I'm gonna do. What I'm actually gonna do is, has something to do with that green thing behind me right there. My wife and I noticed that at the campground a lot of times, I've got the golf cart and I'm out fishing. She's kind of stuck at the well, I want to say kind of stuck. She's kind of stuck at the camper if she wants to go down to the restroom or the shower room or whatever, instead of using the camper itself or whatever. You know, sometimes it can be a long walk depending on where you're at. We wanted to take a bicycle with us. Well, I said, you know me, I am a versatility person. I want that bicycle to mean more than just one thing. But if we take her bike, well, if I decide I want to ride her bike and she's got the golf cart, well, I don't want to ride her bike. Not that I don't have a problem with my manhood and I can ride a girl's bike, but it is pink and it is a girl's bike. So instead of going that route, I said, well, you know what? My bikes are too tall for you. Your bike is a little too short for me. And it's a little too pink. How about I try to find a bicycle that'll suit both of us, that we can take with us, that's not really an expensive bike, but a decent bike, that we're not really worried about kind of beating up that much. But I also have another purpose for this bike. Now, if you go way back in my episodes, I believe I did an episode called Willie the Fish Peddler. It was about a bicycle that I had built and designed to go fishing with. Well, I have another idea for that. So this bike can serve several purposes. But as you can see, it's not in the greatest of shape. It was given to me by a friend at work whose father owned it. Basically, it hung in a shed and never really got ridden, but the tires are dry rotted, the tubes have dry rotted and they're popped. It's got rust on the handlebars and the rims are a little bit rough. They're not rusty because they're aluminum wheels. It is an early 2000s Schwinn Sierra, so it's a decent bike. It's an okay bike. Schwinn was still kind of Schwinn back then. It wasn't the Walmart Schwinn at that time frame. So we're going to get on this thing, start cleaning it up. I'm going to throw this thing into overdrive so you don't have to go through the entire cleanup. And maybe when we get to the inner tube part and putting tires on and all that stuff. But the special part is going to be at the end. And you'll have to wait to see that. Man, my eyes are on fire right now. Why did I set this camera right here? Now, when I was a kid growing up in this very neighborhood that I live in right now, I was born and raised 2 houses down from here. This was a dead-end road. All of us kids rode bicycles all over the place in here, okay? And I kind of became the guru of bicycle repairs, I guess you'd say. So what I'm going to do now is go through real quick how I clean these things up and what I do to clean them up. And I'm going to tell you, one of my favorites is that guy right there. That's good stuff. If you know how to use these things, you can clean a lot of stuff up with these things. I even use them on the paint, but I go lightly on the paint and then I wax the bike. I take some Mother's Cornuba wax and I clean the frame up, and the thing will look brand new when we're finished. I'm gonna give you a close-up of the bike here real quick. I mean, it's just been hanging in a shed, so you can hear that. That is dusty and dirty. It's got junk on the frame under here. I don't even know what is, and stickers are coming off. But when I'm done with this, you're really not even going to know it's the same bike. I mean, you see there's some scuffs down here from something, but I'll take care of that. But when I'm done with this thing, it'll look brand new. Well, it'll look close to brand new. So we've got a lot of rust on the handlebars, but we're going to get the majority of that off of there. And at some point, I may even change the handlebars if this works out. So anyway, let's get to working. What do you say? Are you with me? Good. So this is what I like using when it comes to bringing the paint back around again. It right now, because I used the SOS pad on it, the paint is a little dull. It's not much different than wet sanding, like when they do body work on and do a paint job on a nice car. So the paint is a little dull just because of that, but it took all that dust and dirt and grime and stuff that's been sitting on it for years off, and it's actually very smooth. But this right here will bring that paint out. Gotta shake it up. Gotta get it going. Gotta move it on. Gotta shake it up. Get it good. Get nice and thick so it can do its thing. Because this is a cleaner wax. Now, what it's cleaner than, I don't know. What other wax is it? But it's a cleaner wax. It says so. Right there. I've also already cleaned the rims up, but I'm going to wax the frame first and let the wax sit on that for just a bit, and then I'm going to put the inner tubes and the tires on. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. You don't think so? So I've got you down here low, got you down low here with me. Why? Because I want to show you something that a lot of people have a tendency to do wrong when they're putting a bicycle tire on. Tires are directional. You can see the tread, okay? The tread is like an arrow, and the arrow points in the direction that it rolls, okay? So if this wheel is going to be on that bike up there, on that side, because that's the side that the gears are on that side, rolling this way, that tire needs to be on this way, rolling that direction. I see a lot of people that mess that up. Anyway, I've got one more thing that I need to do really quick, and then I'm going to put the inner tube in this back wheel. I've already got it on the front one, and I thought I'd show you how to put it on the back one, and then we're going to wipe all the wax off of that frame and clean that bike up like it should be, and then put these wheels on. And whammo! We've got a bike that we should be able to ride. Okay, here's one of the key factors in putting an inner tube in the wheel. All right, put a little air in the inner tube. Makes a huge difference when trying to get that thing up in that tire. Okay, we'll put a little bit in there and just kind of get it to where it's got a little bit of a round shape. Ta-da! It's really all you need. Then you just take your pump back off here. And the fun part is just getting it to go, well, finding the hole. Where's the hole at? There it is. Getting that Schrader valve through that hole and then up in that tire. So you just do like such. I have found the section there where that should be. You pull your tire back over the inner tube, then you just start tucking the inner tube up inside the wheel. Tire, sorry. Now inside these wheels, on the rim itself, there is a little rubber band that goes all the way around the rim. Don't take that out and leave it out, people. That's there for a reason. That keeps the spokes, and when I say the spoke, I'm talking about the spoke screw, the seat, what the spoke screws into. There's a word for it. I know it has one. Couldn't tell you what it is right now. But it keeps those from cutting into your inner tube. Now, sometimes if you see one that's kind of exposed and doesn't look all that great, get you some electrical tape, get you something that, I use Gorilla Tape. It's good stuff. I don't know if you've ever used Gorilla Tape. It's good stuff. Just saying. And that is going to be that for right now. I'm going to take the wax off this frame, and the next time you see me, this thing will be together. So, not everything always goes to plan, okay? Got the whole bike back together again, got it shifting well, got the gears adjusted like it should be, but the back rim is warped, okay? Not a lot, just enough that I can't adjust the rear brakes like I want. So when the rim is warped and you try to adjust the brake pads to touch the rim correctly, the rim warping touches the pad on one side or the other, so you can't adjust the brakes like it needs to be. Pretty sure you can see that. It's got a little bit of a wavy motion to it. Well, we've got to get that wavy motion out in order to adjust this pad to be able to touch that rim like it's supposed to. Because see how it goes over to the right? Well, it does the same thing. Of course, it goes to the left. So you can't adjust the brakes correctly if the rim is warped. So with that being said, let's get this thing off here and head up to the bike shop. My good friend Philip is up there waiting on me right now. Hello, Philip. I told you I'd be back.
Yes, you did. I believed you.
This is called the passing of the wheel.
I'd say that.
He's going to take that and do what I can't do.
Indeed. I got
because he's got the tools, the knowledge, the know-how. See, she's just a little off.
That's not too
But just
bad.
enough that you can't adjust the brakes right.
Yep, I see you.
So, and I can't tell if it's in 2 spots or 1.
It does it like 2. So you got 2
kind of, and it's sad because the front one's straight as an arrow.
That's not a problem. I say if you give me a couple hours, but I'd be able to take
No
care
problem.
of it for you.
No problem.
Indeed.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
45 minutes later.
Good. That's a wrap. Man, look at that. Look at that. Look how straight that is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you have tools and know-how,
That's right. You
instead
get the
of
job
just
done.
like myself, it just has tools. Okay, so here we are. We're back at the house. We got the rim from Philip. She is straight as an arrow. I am adjusting the brake pads right now, getting them right on the rim, and man, the sun has gone down on us, so we're probably going to carry this on until tomorrow afternoon when I get home from work, and I will show you the rest of this fancy little story that we're doing with this bicycle, what it's being used for. Other than the camping bike, it's going to be the official camping bike. You'll see tomorrow. Will you just wait a minute? Just a minute, you just wait. Man, so impatient. That's the way. I like it. So it's the next day. It got dark on us, it happens. Sometimes when your projects begin, they go later than you expect. But all in all, we're finished. The bicycle is put together, looks great, rides great, and all in all, I have $36 in it. 2 new inner tubes, 2 tires that I already had here, and what else was it? I had to have the rear wheel had to be aligned, had to be trued up, which I'll thank the guys, Philip up at Free Wheel Bicycle Shop. They're great people. Whenever I need them, they're right there for me. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the bike. Also, the surprise that I have, that I've been talking about, that goes, it goes with it. It goes with anything, but it really goes with this. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the bike in general. Follow me. This started out as a early 2000s, from what I'm seeing, Schwinn Sierra 700. It was given to me by a guy at work. It was his father's bike. It had been neglected for a long time, but it was in good shape, just dusty and dirty. Anyway, let's take a look at the bike and then we'll go right on back to the surprise that comes with it. So anyway, finished product, new tires. It's 21 speed, Sierra 700 Schwinn, shock in the seat post, all waxed up, all cleaned up, trued up, new tires, new inner tubes. I even added some new green pedals to go with it well, they're not new, they're pedals I had. Perfect campground bike. Now, this is what you've all been waiting for. I've been working on this for a little while. Here we have the caboose to the train. A Columbia child trailer, I guess is what you'd want to call it. I've been wanting to do this for a while. In an earlier episode, I had built a bicycle just for trail riding and stuff, and taking my fishing poles and stuff, and had that pole holder and the whole 9 yards, and that's in an earlier episode. But I've been wanting to do this for a while just for the campground, so I didn't have to take the golf cart every time. This trailer was given to me also. It didn't have any wheels, but I found some wheels and rims for it, put it all back together, cleaned it up. Come on up here a second. These right here, this is an aluminum flagpole. That's all it is. It's just a flagpole. I took and cut it into pieces, the sizes that I wanted. Got some U-bolts that I had left over from when I did the go-kart build. Drilled the frame, put them through, and now we have rod holders. One on each side. And what else but tackle bag on the inside, and obviously I can put a cooler or another tackle bag, my lunch, whatever, camera equipment, whole 9 yards, and I can put it right in here and take it with me throughout the campground. So there you go. There's the surprise. There is things to be said for recycling, and basically that's what I've done. I've recycled something that someone was getting rid of and turned it into something that I can use. Hopefully I can use. We're going to find out, because when camping season comes back in again this year, this is going with us every time, this whole setup. I'd like to call it the Wanna Go Fishing Express. So here it is. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little two-parter, even though it was one part, but 2 parts to me. I hope you enjoyed this one single video that was 2 parts to me and not you. Anyway, hope you get to see this thing being used very soon. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you have a happy new year. I'm getting ready to buzz on out of here and give it a try and see how everything works.